Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on February the 5th, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So before we get into the news here, just something that's going on in the market overall is that China, or I should say People's Bank of China, has been injecting money into the markets. So after the markets opened on Sunday, there was a big drop in the Chinese markets. And as a result of that, in order to stabilize the markets, People's Bank of China has injected over $200 billion worth of funds into the market. And as a result of that, it has created the risk-on environment again when we have seen the equity markets go up and all the safe haven assets have dropped as a result. So that's what we have overall. The concerns around coronavirus still remain, but they're kind of taking a backseat because now people are expecting our Chinese authorities to actually intervene in the market should there be any problems. So that's why the investors are feeling quite happy about that, and that's why the equity markets have gone up. So now let's take a look at what do we have from actual news perspective. We do have RBA Governor Lau speaking here. So the monetary policy statement that came out for Australia was not too bad in terms of what they're expecting. In terms of growth, it was still okay. They haven't really, they haven't said that they will not do any kind of cuts, but at this point they are not going to, and they are feeling quite positive about it. So that's why we have not really seen any drop in Australian dollar. But if the speech here is any different than that, then it could have an impact on Australian dollar. Otherwise, things should stay fairly the same. So looking at our data that's coming out here on Wednesday, we have tons of PMI numbers here from the Eurozone. So PMI numbers are very important. This is the manufacturers index. So if manufacturers index comes in positive, then the retail sales will come in positive as well. So this is an important number. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as the PMI numbers come out. Then we have final services PMI for Eurozone and for UK here. So both are going to impact the respective currencies here. If it's negative or it's below expectations, I should say, then we'll have a negative impact on the euro as well as the pound. But if it's above expectations, that will push both euro and pound up respectively. We also have ECB President Lagarde speaking. Again, the comments will be more important here, especially now the Fed has acknowledged coronavirus. RBA talked about coronavirus and its impacts as well. So if we hear from ECB, if they express any concerns around this, then we could see the safe haven currencies as well as safe haven assets go up, but euro may drop as a result. But on the flip side, if the comments that we hear are that the concerns are just short-lived or temporary, and in the long term things will be okay, then that will be positive. We also have ADP non-farm employment numbers here. So ADP is the company that does a lot of payrolls in the US. And as a result, this report that comes out here is important. And this is sort of like leading to our non-farm payroll that we'll see on Friday. So if the number here is below forecast, that will be negative for the US dollar. This is important news item here. And then we have trade balance numbers out of Canada. If we see anything positive here, expect Canadian dollar to go up. But with the oil dropping here, if the trade balance numbers here are not, or they're below expectations, then we could see Canadian dollar drop and dollar CAD, it could go higher as a result. We also have services PMI as well as non-manufacturing PMI numbers here. For the US, like I said, they're very important. So if they are below expectations, US dollar is very likely to drop as a result of that. And then in the Asian session here, we have retail sales as well as trade balance numbers here. Again, trade balance numbers very important for Australia. A lot of stuff goes into China here, and this is why Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar are impacted so much by anything that happens in China. So if the trade balance numbers are where they're expected to be, then that should be good for Australian dollar. But if they drop here, we're likely to see negative response for Australian dollar. All right, so let's move on to our charts. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our euro dollar here. Euro dollar, we have a bearish candle close. The last 2 days here, bias has been to the downside. So today as well, we have bearish candle close. Now with this one, we need to see a close below 1.1040. It's into support, so just be mindful of that. But bias is still to the downside. I'm looking for price to drop towards 1.10 or 1.0990 level here, bottom. Right into the support level here. So bias for euro dollar is bearish. Target is 1.0990. Pound dollar here. This one we talked about how this was into support. It did try to drop through there, but it has moved higher. So this is actually looking bullish here, but it is into resistance. So this is the support resistance level this one has to deal with. At this point, what we don't know is this a reversal? And are we likely to see that? Or is that just a pullback for a further move to the downside? So right now, price is at an important level. This is the support that it has to deal with. If it's able to break down here, if it holds below 1.3050, then we will see price come back down towards 1.2950, and then it will move further. But if it breaks through today's high, then we are looking for price to go into the towards the top of this range that it has been trading in for quite some time. So 1.3050 is an important level. If it stays below that, I will look for price to drop. In that case, the first target is 1.2950, and then we're looking at 1.2900. Otherwise, the target is 1.3200. So bias here is neutral. Aussie dollar here. This one jumped up as a result of the intervention from Chinese authorities, and we have seen a big move to the upside here. Now we'll have to see, does this continue or will it actually fade away? So we'll have to see what the market sentiment is. So right now the market sentiment has been positive. Today was very positive, and as a result we have seen Australian dollar go up, and now we do have a bullish candle close here. Next target is 0.6950, but as we can see, prices into support resistance level. This is where it has reacted several times. So with this one here, it is a nice bullish candle close, so bias would be bullish here, but I would like to see how it reacts to this 0.6740. If it stays below, we could see price come back towards the bottom here, 0.6680, but should it go through, then we're looking for 0.6980. So at this point, because it's into resistance, I'm going to just be a little cautious with this one. So I'm a little bit biased to the upside, but if it stays below here, it is dropping. So just be careful with this one. I'm going to stay neutral here for now till it holds its position below, then we're likely to see a continuation. So just keep that in mind. New Zealand dollar here, same thing here. Price is into resistance here. This is where it has turned around several, or it has reacted to this level several times. Now, when Chinese market goes up. Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar go up as a result as well. So with this one now, again, we are right into resistance. So we do have a nice bullish candle close, but it is into resistance. So I'm going to be neutral on this one as well and just see how price reacts at this 0.6500. So right now it's holding below that level. And if it continues to, I'm looking for price to drop back down towards 0.6450. And then we could see a drop even further towards 0.6400. So as long as it stays below 65, I'm looking for a drop back towards this bottom. So right now price has just traded in this range for the last 4 days. And if it stays below, I'm looking for a drop. So for now, I'm neutral, but if it goes through the high, next target is 0.6550. Dollar CAD here, this one has a this one did not go through this resistance. It got stuck here. So the candle here is a neutral candle. We have a spinning top with the pins on both sides. So this one here, we could see a drop here. So keep that in mind. So bias here is neutral as well. We could see this type of a move. So if price does not break through 1.3300, we are likely to see a drop. But as soon as it goes through, so if we see that US dollar is strengthening overall, then this one is likely to go with that as well. And we could see it even go further into 1.3350. But for now, it is neutral as long as it stays below 1.3300, then it's likely to come back down towards the support level here. So a lot of these pairs at this point are have been impacted by the intervention here. So we just need to wait for market to realign itself to see where the trend is. So right now I would be cautious with this one as well, but likely as long as it stays below, I would look for a drop here. Bias is neutral for this one as well. And then let's take a look at gold here. Like I said, all the safe haven assets have dropped because of this risk on mode here, or risk on sentiment in the market. So as a result, we have seen silver drop. Bias is still to the downside here. Target is 17.33 or 30, I should say. So bearish bias, 17.30 is the first target. And then below that, we have 17.15 will be the next target here. So bearish bias for silver. Gold here, big drop in gold. At this point, it's looking bearish. And we could see something like this. Should the markets turn though, this is likely to turn as well. For now, bearish bias, next target is 1535. Oil still looking bearish here. We saw that drop. And now, next target here is, we need to zoom out a bit here. It's dropped quite a bit. And the reason oil is dropping is because they are expecting the demand to get reduced because of the coronavirus issue in China, because they're expecting the impact on Chinese economy because so many things have been shut down as a result. So this one is looking bearish in terms of pullback. I would look for a pullback into 5070, so 50.70, and then looking for a further drop here. So bearish bias. First target is 48.50, second target 47. Copper here, this one got pushed up because of the intervention, and now we are into this support resistance level. We do have a bullish candle close, but it's still trading in a range. So for this to continue further, we do need to see a break through this resistance. So if it does not do that, we are likely to see range-bound move here, so we could see one of these moves. So keep an eye on that. But other than that, bias is bullish. 2.57 will be the next target to the upside. Otherwise, we're looking at 2.46. Bitcoin here, it dropped like we were expecting it to yesterday. It's still bearish now, looking for a drop into 8980. And then if it goes through that, 8450 will be the next target. So right now, bias is bearish for Bitcoin. S&P 500, a huge move to the upside here. At this point, looking quite bullish here. And like I said, this is all because of Chinese authorities intervening in the market. They have pumped over $200 billion into the markets to stabilize the Chinese markets, and the markets around the world are liking that, and that's why the investor sentiment was so positive, and we have seen a huge move to the upside. So bullish bias here. Now do keep in mind that this is right into this resistance here. So overall, though, this one could still stay range bound, but if they are ready to inject more money into the markets are likely to go up. Then target here is 3340 will be the next target. Now, important level to watch here is 3300. If it stays below, I will look for a drop towards 3220. As soon as it goes through, though, we're looking at 3340 here. So right now, momentum is to the upside, so bullish bias for S&P 500. Nasdaq here, huge move, and this is at all-time highs now. So our bias here still, so bias is bullish here, a lot of positive sentiment into the market. And right now, I will look for a pullback into this 79280 level. And if it holds above, looking for a further move to the upside. So bias is bullish for Nasdaq here. Dow Jones, same thing here, big move to the upside, really positive sentiment in the market at this point. Now, again, it is into resistance, so that's something to watch out for. If it stays below 28,920, this one can still come down, but based on the way things are, momentum is to the upside, and target is 29,280. So bias is bullish here for our Dow Jones. DAX here is also looking bullish. Next target is 13,370, and then above that 13,580. So bias is bullish, but keep in mind this 13,370 level, if it does not go through, this one is also likely to turn around because this is an important support resistance level here. So bias is bullish for DAX as well. FTSE here, this one went up as well. Like I said, all the equity markets liked they liked People's Bank of China intervening in the market, and as a result, they have moved up. Next target here is 75.30, and then we are looking at 76.80. So bias is bullish for FTSE. And then last but not least, we have Nikkei here, same thing. Prices into resistance here, big move in the market to the upside. Sentiment still remains positive here. Next target is 23,760. So bias is bullish for now, or 23,750. So bias is bullish for Nikkei, but keep in mind this resistance level. This is a strong resistance level. If it doesn't go through, it can still come back towards the bottom of this range that it's been trading in. But like I said, there's a lot of sentiment to the upside. So bullish bias, 23,750 is the next target. All right, so that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.